Have you ever wondered why some people can be so consistent that it almost blows your mind and others just fall apart after maybe 1 or 2 days, right? You tell yourself that you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day for the next 3 weeks. The second or third day comes around and then you're back to waking up at 7 a.m. So it's like you're wondering to yourself, how can I actually be consistent? Why am I not getting the results I'm looking for? Why do I feel like whenever I start something, I can't finish it? Well, I'm going to give you the sauce on exactly how to be consistent and how to actually hold yourself accountable when no one else can do that. So it all starts with your identity. Who you believe you are determines your habits. Proverbs 23 verses 7. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. So who do you think you are? That's what we're going to work on first. How do we change our identity? Because you can do all the actions you want, right? But if you believe that you're not consistent, you're not going to stick to them for very long. And you need to stop telling yourself that I always fall off, or whenever I start something, I can't finish it, right? When you say those things to yourself, you reinforce the identity. Now, when you're in a day-to-day situation and it requires you to be consistent with something, maybe it's your morning routine, right? Ask yourself, what would a consistent man do? And then do it. In fact, earlier today at the gym, this isn't the same example, but it's similar, all right? I was about to work out and my mind was making excuses and it was telling me, no, you could just relax a little bit. You don't have to actually start your workout now. You know, you're tired, right? You don't have enough energy. But I was telling myself, what would the best version of myself do? And how would he handle this situation? And the best version of myself would work out immediately without wasting any time. So I did just that. And it's those moments where you receive that positive reinforcement because you tell yourself something and you do it. And the more you do that, the easier it'll become to do that. The next thing is this: you need to build a system. If you don't have a system, everything's going to fall apart. And this goes hand in hand with the first point. You could tell yourself something. You could say, I'm consistent all day, but not do the good habits. But when you say you're consistent and then you have a system to back it up, for example, a system could be a morning routine or a night routine, right? These things are honestly so crucial because when you wake up in the morning, you have no direction. You just get up anytime you want to. Of course, you're going to have a trash day. Let's be real, right? But every single time that you plan out your morning the night before, everything runs smoothly and you run through your routine and then the rest of your day is productive. So what if you try doing that every single day? I know it's going to benefit you. My morning routine is this if you want to model after it. I wake up at 4 a.m. I go downstairs and I do 25 push-ups and then I take a cold shower for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right after that, I spend 45 minutes in prayer and 15 minutes in Bible reading. That's my morning routine if you want to maybe make something similar to that. And I'll tell you right now, it's not easy, and that's the reason why I did it that way. Because when it's something difficult that you do the first day in the morning, it's basically called eating the frog. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of that. But it's beneficial because it allows you to feel momentum throughout the day and actually get more things done. Rather than just waking up, grabbing your phone, scrolling through TikTok, watching pornography, right? And then going back to bed, waking up again, grabbing your phone, doing the same thing over and over throughout the day. And you get out of bed at 12 p.m., right? And you wasted basically half of your entire day. I'm sure some of you guys resonate with that. And if you do, it's time to change, bro. It's time to actually lock in. I'm not saying you have to wake up that early, but I'm saying you can wake up maybe 6 a.m. What I'm saying basically is that you can wake up at 6 a.m., maybe 7 a.m., but if you sleep till 12 p.m., bro, come on, bro, you're wasting your time. So let's talk more about this. When it comes to your morning routine, how do you get out of bed on time? Well, I love to put my alarm clock across the room because it helps me to get out of bed. I have no choice. And I put my phone all the way across the room so that I can't even reach it when I'm sleeping. I'm going to go into detail here. This is why you cannot quit pornography, especially at nighttime, because you get those temptations, right? You get those thoughts and you have your phone right next to you and then it's easy access. But here is how you use your own laziness for your benefit. You put your phone in the most inconvenient places possible so that you have to get out of your warm bed to go to it. I'm telling you right now, this method is very efficient. The next thing is this: you need to stop making excuses and giving yourself too many options. I used to do this so much. I'm sure some of you guys do this as well. When you decide that you have non-negotiables, it'll make things so much easier. For example, I will pray before I touch my phone because you could tell yourself, let me just grab my phone to check the time real quick. I can break this rule real quick, right? Those small little compromises, they build up and you end up right back where you started. So stop negotiating with your flesh, bro. Especially when you're trying to wake up on time, right? You know, there's 5 more minutes of sleep, right? And that turns into 10, then 15, then 20, and then you're back in the hole. And there goes your confidence and your trust in yourself. So you need to expect resistance, but you need to show up regardless, because every time you show up when there's resistance, you grow stronger and you become more confident in yourself and your ability to do what you say you will. Because when I first started waking up at 4 a.m., I was kind of scared, because I was like, am I really going to hold myself accountable? But the more I started doing this, the more I started waking up on time, regardless of how many hours of sleep I got. Because last night I got like 3 hours of sleep, and that's fine. You know, I'm not saying do that every night, but when the goal is that important, you got to make sacrifices. So don't be surprised when it gets difficult, bro. It's supposed to get difficult, and it's supposed to challenge you, because life is going to throw curveballs at you. And are you going to be able to handle them? So remember this: if the devil can't destroy you, he will distract you. And the last but not least thing is my favorite thing. You need to stay connected to the Father. When you are trying to do everything on your own, you will fall apart, because it's not about your own willpower. It's about the Holy Spirit guiding your every action. John 15 verses 5. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you could do nothing. Apart from God, you can do nothing. By changing your identity, building systems and routines, limiting your options for excuses, and expecting resistance, and also trusting in the Lord, you will become more consistent in everything you do. In the gym, waking up on time, eating the right food you need to eat. It could be anything. But with that said, I hope this video inspired you to really take control of your life. And if it helps you out and you want to support this ministry and allow me to reach more souls, you guys can cop the Peace Over Problems merchandise, which is right here. Once it sells out, it's not coming back. And if you struggle with pornography and you need help to increase your confidence and become the man God knows you can be, and I know you can be as well, DM me the word confidence on Instagram using the second link in description, and I will personally help you out for free. All right. But with that said, remember this: in a world full of problems, choose peace.